180 milligrams. I have seen so many posts over the last 24 hours with these sauces in it. It's insane. The wonderful Vic over at United Sauces sent these sauces out to a whole bunch of YouTube reviewers, creators, that kind of people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that whole thing. I've seen so many pictures of these freaking sauces. They're 3D printed. They're very, very cool toppers to this. I've done a video on the last series, and these are 3 out of the 5 that just came out. We're gonna taste our way through them, and I might have some hot takes, but we're gonna see here. So, just in time for, the fall is coming, spooky season's happening here. I love it. So we got a little skull guy, we got, this is not Scream, but it's Scream, and then we got a little devil sauce here. And there are notes. So there's 2 sauces that I'm not featuring in here just because they're very similar, and maybe I'll do a future video on them, but these are the ones that intrigued me the most. And so there's a little amendum here though. So I did look at the ingredient lists on all of these sauces before I got to it, and they're all very, very similar. Very similar. They're all based with habaneros, generally speaking. We all got, and the ingredient list doesn't change that much, but there was an addendum here saying that they screwed up the label on the killer sauce here, and the ingredient list is not correct. And that made me happy when I read that, because as I was comparing them, the Bonehead sauce and the killer sauce have the literal exact same ingredients, but you can see that they are 2 very different looking sauces. I'm going to assume that there is chipotle going on here. So you pop it off, and you got yourself this cool little topper for your hot sauce bottle. I love it. And they do say on the bottom of this, that's, hold on, where is it? These vibrant sauces harken back to a time when hot sauce was more than a condiment. It was a conversation starter. And I love that. And I remember that time in hot sauce where the sauces were always like, blow your butt off sauce and stuff like that. And it was, some of them were super hot, some of them weren't that hot. And it was more just like, it was a joke, And I love that. And it's very cool that they're continuing on that in a tasteful way that's fun and refreshing. And I just hope the sauces taste good. Because at the moment I am full on. All right, so this is killer sauce, which is basically a ripoff of Scream. This is Ghostface from Scream. That's fine, Okay, so I'm assuming there's chipotles in here. I don't know what the ingredients are because they're working on getting the labels fixed, but they want to get these bottles out to people. So, do I smell smoke? It looks like there's a good amount of sugar in here too. Yeah, I think there's some chipotle happening in here. It smells sweet. And kind of chipotle, but not overly. It's more like tomato. I know there's tomato. Habanero, carrots, onions, water, salt, lime juice, vinegar, tomato paste, garlic powder, and ascorbic acid. That's not what's in here necessarily. There could be brown sugar, molasses, that kind of thing. Possibly, chipotle, like I'm saying. There's probably going to be habanero. There's definitely some sugar going on in here. You can tell by the way that it's pouring. I'm going to assume that there's molasses or brown sugar going on in here. It doesn't smell hot. And we'll see how it goes. So, black pepper. I'm thinking chipotle. I'm thinking brown sugar. That kind of situation, and tomato paste. So, all right, cheers. Let's see how this goes. It's warm. It's habanero up front. There's definitely sweetness happening here. I'm definitely going to say brown sugar, that kind of thing. If there is chipotle, it's probably pretty minimal. It's a good tang. It's got barbecue sauce vibes. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's chipotle going on. There's definitely but chipotle it's chipotle can be very heavy-handed, and this is not a heavy-handed kind of thing. It's hyper savory sweet in a good way. Like, think of it as a barbecue sauce. Think of it as like a hot barbecue sauce. I think it's a good sauce. 2 on my heat scale probably. The habanero, which I'm assuming is the pepper that's going to be here, is like pretty up top because it's kind of sharp flavor-wise on the front of the palate. Again, probably like a 2 on my heat scale, but I think it's a tasty sauce. All right, moving on down. This one is probably the most complex sauce out of the 3. I think this one's going to be very garlicky just by the look of it. But anyways, can I just pull this off? I can. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we do... Let's see what this... hold on, there was a description of the killer sauce. I probably should have read that. Killer sauce isn't just hot. It's a horror show in a bottle fueled by murderous habanero peppers and sauce stalks with taste buds, slashing them with blade-sharp heat until you can't help but scream. 1 drop is a jump scare. A few more is a full-blown massacre. Beware, the flavor always gets the last scream. So, doesn't tell me any more about that. Okay. Turn before you burn. This garlic habanero sauce begins with irresistible flavor, rich, savory garlic, then teases your senses and lures you in with a smooth, mouth-watering charm. Is this on the bottle? But temptation always comes with a price. The habanero's fiery bite builds slowly, creeping in with a heat that's bold, unrelenting, and impossible to ignore. Just when you think it's safe, the flames rise higher, leaving you breathless, yet craving more. There's still a moment of mercy to turn before you burn. Okay, so this one's got multiple peppers going on in here. So we've got habanero, and then we've got cayenne and Tabasco peppers. And there's carrots, salt, water, onion, lime juice, vinegar, tomato paste, ascorbic acid, and garlic powder. So a lot of those are ingredients that you're going to see in the next sauce, just in a different order. But this is the one that has the 3 different kinds of peppers in here. And you can see the seeds that are going to be left in here, probably for, I don't know, either the cayenne or the Tabasco peppers. It smells definitely the most pepper forward. This one smells very, very good. Lots of seeds going on in here. And I want to say I can smell the carrot as well, which is right there at the top. It's a really pretty sauce. It's definitely going to have like the best texture out of all these sauces. I'm pretty interested in this one. All right, let's see how it... Where are we on salt? 180 milligrams. Salty. For 1 teaspoon? Good lordy. All right, cheers. This is absurdly salty. Oh my God. I love salt. And this is by far the saltiest hot sauce I think I've ever had. Wow. Be sure that you enjoy salt. If you are... So this is 127 milligrams of salt in this one. This one is far less salty. This is unbelievably salty. This is a sauce that I'm going to be using to like put in food. Like I could put this in a soup to control the sodium level of the soup. It is that salty. The flavor is pretty good, but the sodium is unbelievably high. Wow. So if you're going to pick up this sauce, just be sure that you really, really enjoy sodium because it is a sodium bomb. It is like almost making my eyes water. It's so salty. Wow. The texture is great. The heat is very similar to the first one. It's probably like a 1 to 2 on my heat scale. Very, very similar. And the texture is very, very nice. This is a crazy sauce. Holy cow. That is a salty guy. All right. Last but not least, Bonehead hot sauce. So Bonehead. Bonehead, in this hour of fiery ruin, do bequeath my last shred of dignity to the unholy flame of habanero peppers. My tongue is scorched, my stomach betrayed, and my soul left wandering in smoke. With this drop, I march boldly towards the grave, fork in hand. So another habanero sauce. Boneheads may rest in pieces. Habaneros, carrots, onions, water, salt, lime juice, vinegar, tomato paste, garlic powder, ascorbic acid. Again, 127 milligrams of salt. I've never seen an odd number like that. Okay. This is definitely the thickest bodied sauce of the three of them. It honestly doesn't have, I'm not getting a huge amount of aroma from this sauce. I smell mostly carrot, maybe? Maybe some tomato. It doesn't smell super, like, vinegary. All right, cheers. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Again, this one is very salty, yet again. Nowhere near as salty as this one, but there's a huge amount of sodium here. I can palate this. I would be using this. This is like a garlic habanero with a lot of texture. I'm using this as a condiment for sandwiches. Like, this is going to go really well, like sticking to food, that kind of thing. This is like almost like a dipper. Like, I would use this to like on the side and dip food into it. It's so thick. All three of these are very similar in their heat. They're all sitting at like a 1 to 2 on my palate. They're all like with habaneros treated in different ways. So 3 different sauces, 3 different ways to treat a habanero. And I really kind of appreciate how there's like some varying depths of flavors and technique and consistencies and looks to the sauce. I would say that 2 out of the 3 of these sauces are definitely, in my opinion, far too salty. But again, it's completely up to personal preference. But I do think that each one of these sauces has something going for them, and that they do bring something to the table. That being said, okay, Vic, thank you very much for sending these United Sauces. I think it's really cool what you're doing with the 3D printed toppers on them. I think it's super fun, and it's harking back to a part of hot sauce history and branding that I loved when I was a kid growing up and getting into this, and I love to see it. I think they're really cool. Perfect for spooky season coming up. In the description below is going to be a link to my personal website where you can get all of my sauces. So you can get Cafe Mole, you can get Ghost of Saffron, Hot or Ghost of Saffron. Collaboration sauces. I dropped one with Gindos. This collaboration sauce is in there. It was only available in the Hot Sauce Subscription Club. And I've got a brand new sauce coming out with Down to Ferment that's going to be available in this month's Hot Sauce subscription. So if you are not a part of the Hot Sauce Club, now is the perfect time to join, because this new sauce has been in the works for a year. I am so excited about it. The people over at Down to Ferment are so excited about it, and I cannot wait for you guys to get it into your hands, because it is wild, it is crazy, it is funky, it is cool, it is pushing hot sauce to a place where hot sauce has never been before. And I'm so happy. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Brian Ames. Please click the subscribe button that you see right there, and you'll subscribe to my videos. From now on, I'm going to be eating a lot of peppers. It's going to, oh man, it's going to be great. Bye.